What the hell was I just talking about? Paul's done. He goes up, he lands, about to land on his side, but he just can't help himself, and he rights himself at the last second, and he snaps his fibula. And Dominic, my assistant, and if any of you know Dominic, he is the most athletic man in Houston that's under 5.5 feet and over 265 pounds. I mean, the kid can do a back handspring. He's 46 years old. He literally is 285 pounds and 5'5". My brother looks up at Dominic like he's in battle on Hacksaw Ridge or something like, Dominic, code red, code red! Dominic's like, what? He realizes Dominic slings Paul up over his shoulder, takes him in the back, and Paul ended up in the hospital. My wife at the time and I were in the hospital with him. He was in a cast and a boot for many weeks, sacrificing himself. The first question I asked Dominic when we got in the back, I pulled him aside and I said, did he sign a release? And Dominic was like, you're goddamn right he signed a release. I have everybody sign a release. We're talking a little bit about family right now. A lot of people say, how do you have two sets of twins? Well, the first set of twins was a natural occurrence. They're identical twins. We did IVF, but they weren't twins because of IVF. Usually when you have twins with IVF, it's because you put two embryos in, both take, and you end up with twins, and you put two in because usually they both don't take, and you try to increase your chances for at least one pregnancy. So the first time we had twins, it was a surprise because only one embryo took, but 6 weeks later, boom, we have twins. In this whole process of trying to have children, and when Amy and I went through it, for the man, it's kind of challenging. You go in, and you're told your whole life, don't masturbate in public. That's kind of a general rule. And now you go into a doctor's office, and that's what you're there to do. You're waiting in the waiting room, and the first time that I go in, I'm in the waiting room, and I can't make eye contact with anybody. It's all dudes. We're all kind of staring at the ground. We all know what we're here to do. It's disgusting, and you know, in your mind, before you've ever done it once, you conjure up in your head, this is going to be like a couch in this room that they give you, and a velour carpet, and a disco ball, and some porno on a TV or something. It's not. You walk into the same examining room where if you tweak your knee, the doctor looks at you. There's a freaking stethoscope there. There's the thing they look in your ears. There's a reflex thing for you. Actually, I used the reflex knee thing in part of my action. On the wall, it's pretty tough to actually get aroused. Doc, everything's so sterile. Doctor comes in, hey, you know, okay, here's the cup, you know, once you're done with it, you take it out there, give it to this lady down the hall. It's so, like, humiliating and dehumanizing. You're handing a cup of your jizz to some strange lady. I just wish it, you know, could be man or something. So the doctor says, just make sure you don't get any saliva in the sample, and make sure that you don't contaminate it by touching the cup. Okay, I can do that. Apparently I can't do that. Because now I'm like so much going on. And by the way, they said books are on here. There's 3 different levels. So the first level is like Playboy, the second level is Penthouse, the next level is like Hustler. You know, I'm just like, hey, where's over 50? They didn't have that. So the door's closed. I start doing my thing. I'm really trying to keep not too close to the cup, but obviously it's a game here. You know, you can't put your thing in the cup, then you contaminate it. But if you hold it all the way down here at the floor, you know, then you're going to miss. So I kind of had it midway, and this is a true story. I get most of it in the cup, and then half of it shoots out over my left pant leg. I'm holding the cup, and I'm like, I'm not ready to make a decision here because I don't want to lose a half an ounce and look like a lame. And I don't want to screw up the test and give them an inaccurate account about how many sperm I have in there. But also, I mean, if I can't touch my penis to it, I'm sure that I can't get a whole bunch of like denim fibers in it either. They're going to think like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this guy? So, my pants and my underwear and my ankles, I hobble over to the door, I crack it, and I call out, "Can I speak to the doctor?" And the nurse comes up, and she's real abrupt. And she's like, "What is it?" And I'm like, "Well, it's kind of personal. I need to talk to the doctor. He's busy, you can tell me." "I really need to talk to the doctor." "You need to tell me. We've heard it, it all before." I'm like, eh. And she's like, "Just, what is it?" And I was like, "Half of my jizz went out on my pants. Should I scrape it off with the size of the side of the cup into it and give you that sample, or should I just let that go? And do I need to tell them?" And then she looked at me like, "I'll get the doctor." I told you. So I had to do this so many times at the hospital. At first it was like horrific, but then it became commonplace. It's weird, the human mind and what you can come used to that seems so strange at first. I remember I'd pull up to the two towers down there, valet the car, and I would start to get a wreck just getting in the elevator. I was like, "It's go time, all right." That was some of the most fun I had. So, one of the funniest stories of my career was I was doing a playoff rally back in 1998. It was at the Target store at San Felipe and 610, which is still there. It's a 2-hour rally. It's hotter than the dickens in the middle of May. I do the first hour. I go into the Target manager's office to take my break, and I down a 2-liter bottle of Gatorade. Literally, one of these situations where my mouth was just so thirsty and dry, but my stomach was like, "Oh, hold on, big boy, that's enough." But I just went for it. And then I felt waterlogged. That would have been all right if I just sat there for an hour, but I had to be out there 5 more minutes for another hour. So I go back out. I'm walking across the parking lot, and I'm like, I'm halfway to the rally. I'm not going to make it. I'm going to vomit. And so then I turn around and try to casually start strolling back and a little bit faster to the Target. And all of a sudden, this little Mexican boy and his father kind of come running up, and they're speaking in Spanish, which didn't help things at the time. And it's clear he has his camera out and he wants a picture. And I'm like, okay, and I got my kid and my hand on the kid's head. He's maybe 6 years old. And of course, like everybody in the world, he can't use his camera and he can't figure it out. And I'm just like, wait, and all of a sudden, finally, I see the click, it goes off. I push off of this kid and I start sprinting for the front of the Target. And I see this like joint in the building. I'm like, that's a second entrance. And I get really close to it. It's not, it's just a shadow in the building. I look down and I'm about 100 feet away from the main entrance. I take maybe 3 steps. I'm like, nope, this is happening. Boom! Threw up in costume, full blast, off the front of the costume. Now think if you're a professional mascot or any mascot. You can't get your hands to your face. There's no way you can stop this. It's bouncing off the front of the mask into my face and going down me. All right? I'm walking into the Target. People are like, "Yeah, Clutch, we beat the Supersonics." And I'm high-fiving them with one hand as I'm covering my neck because the vomit's seeping through. Get back in there. My assistant at the time was just like, "Not cleaning this one, bro. I know what happened. I lived at the Beverly Palms Apartments. I took it home with me that night. I threw it into the pool about like midnight or so. I didn't know how to clean one of those. Would any of you know how to clean one of those? What the hell? I mean, you threw up in the head. I've never washed the head. You spray it down with some Lysol." So I submerged the thing in the pool, and I didn't see people swimming there for very long. So my second year on the job, Jack Nicholson's in town. This is when the Rockets just came off of 2 championships. They were really popular. We used to get celebrities all the time. Some that were shooting movies in Houston, and some that would just come here to watch the Rockets. I usually wouldn't find out until a couple hours before the game. Jack Nicholson, I find out, is going to be sitting with our owner. He's going to be sitting courtside next to our owner. Oh, okay. I only got an hour or so to figure out something. I'm like, how about, he was always wearing sunglasses inside. I'll get some of those big clown glasses, color them black, make them sunglasses. And, I'll come out to Corey Hart. I wear my sunglasses at night. So, Jack Nicholson! Oh my God, Jack Nicholson's here! I like freak out. I start bowing down to him like he's the man. I get up and clutch his big butt. I shake it in his face like that. And then I sit down on his lap. Now when I sit down on his lap, like I sit down on any fan's lap, I just kind of do this. Bend my knees. I don't actually put pressure on them. I don't want to hurt anyone. And I just kind of sit like this. And then I got this big round belly, that comes out 92 inches is what it was. And all of a sudden the crowd just blows up with laughter. And I'm like, cameraman's right there. He's chuckling. The camera's like, I'm like, this is funny, but not that funny. I mean, just sitting on his lap. I'm like, oh well. Jump up, get down on my knees again, kiss his feet like he's the big superstar, and I'm bowing down and to the big shot, and then timeout ends and I go off. And I come in the back again, kind of like a Catino Mobley moment, and I'm like, what happened out there? And they're like, what? Are you serious? And the assistants were like, you don't know? And I'm like, no, what happened? And they're like, bro, when you sat on his lap, he turned, and the camera was right there. He looked at the owner, our owner, and he wrapped his left arm around you and went,